Let's go. This is the remix. AD girls.
You're watching Tools for Talent on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and today my fabulous featured guest is Shirlene Quigley. She is a celebrity choreographer, dancer, and the creator of high heels dance classes. Woo! Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I've actually never done one of these. It's so fancy.
Well, you know, after reviewing all of your accomplishments and your bio and just your entire life story, I'm surprised because you have so much to share.
Yeah, I guess I've done like interviews for newspapers or like radio, but nothing like wow, like a couch. It's super cool what you have, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure you know the vibe of the show, Tools for Talent. We provide tools, tips, and advice for aspiring talent. Mm-hmm. So you having been on both sides, I felt like you'd be such an asset for the show because you started out as the dancer, right? And then you evolved into the choreographer and now a teacher. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you know exactly what all aspiring dancers really need to get their career kickstarted, right? So what would you say are like some of the key things right off the bat that you would recommend?
I would say the key, what I can do is I can give advice from my personal experiences, right?
Sure.
Like sometimes I like to say, I love to learn from a doctor that's been in, the ER if I want to be a doctor, or a lawyer that's been in the room. And my experience for me, I actually started dance really late. I started when I was 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I don't know how you've done everything you've
girl,
done.
It's a miracle. I am a believer, and I believe in God, and I have faith since I was young, and I was just like straight A's, such a nerd, like goody good, like that type of girl.
Aww.
And I tried out for the cheer dance team at my school.
I did that too.
Did you?
Yes,
Girl.
I was the captain. I loved bossing everybody around.
I was not. I had the lowest score. I would have loved to be captain, but that was not God's plan, And then I started late, but I would be in my room dancing because obviously I loved it since I was little. And I was like, I want to be cool. That's really why I wanted to be on the team because all the pretty girls were on the team. And then I made the team, and I remember, I'll never forget this feeling. It's actually I get sometimes emotional when I talk about it, but the first time I performed at halftime, I remember my hands were burning. I was crying. I was shaking.
Wow.
And I was like, you guys, do you feel that? Do you feel that? And everyone was like, it's cold, which it wasn't because it's California. And I'm like, this is the best feeling ever. And I had no idea that I was going to even be able to do that for the rest of my life. And because the first year I tried out, I didn't make it because I'd never done choreography before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then that year I trained with one of the girls that were already on the team. She helped me out. I made it the following year. Was always in the back because I was not very good. Like the choreo part, I put it.
You are so humble. Like when you guys see and hear where this girl's been and what she's done, I am shocked right now to hear all this because I thought you were just born with this gift.
No.
Because if you check out her social media, I love watching her dance videos. They're amazing. Her classes, I'm dying to take one of your classes. I just need to make the time to fit it into my schedule.
Let me know.
This girl is a leader in the dance industry. So thank you so much for being so honest right now, starting from the very nitty-gritty beginning.
Girl, that's I think that's where it all starts, and the key, going back to your comment. So when the girl on my team, she invited me to my first hip hop class at Millennium Dance Complex. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was Shane Sparks, and then I took Dave Scott right after.
Wow.
And I said, oh my God, this is amazing. Ran home. I said, I have to do this for the rest of my life. I knew it. I didn't know you could even make money doing it.
Mm-hmm. So that feeling that you felt in your soul right before you did that first performance at halftime was wow,
what?
I know this is what I'm meant to do.
I love it, and I think that's the key for every performer is to love it so much.
Yeah.
Even a relationship, right? I mean, I'm single, but I'm single, but
FYI.
But when you fall in love, right?
Slip
things
in
are not
the DMs.
Yeah. nice guys only. But when you have a relationship or a marriage, it's not always gonna be amazing, right? It's not always every day's gonna be perfect, but if you love it so much, or you love him, or you love dance, everything, all the trials and everything that you go through, because this industry, it's not easy. it makes it easy to get through.
Okay.
Like holding on to that love would be tool number one. It's like the simplest.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Remember
the
why
hardest.
you're doing it, because otherwise, when the going gets tough, you know, at least
You're
you
gonna
still
go
have
going.
that. You know why you're there, and
Yeah.
then you know you put up with the other stuff,
Exactly.
right? Because it comes with it. You can't have one without the other, really. You know.
Exactly.
So you have to be willing to accept all of that, and you know, manifest that, and make that, give you that power that you need to surpass it all. You
Exactly.
know?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I got it from you, you know. But you know, so I love that you're a New Yorker now. I know you started out in LA. Like, I'm so biased in New York. I love New York. It's my, you know.
No, I know everyone that's from New York.
So tell
feels
me,
that
like,
way.
are you East Coast, West Coast? Like, what do you represent?
Well, I think that okay, I'm a Cali girl, and let me tell you, I would not be here if it was. That's what New Yorkers do to me. I would not be here. It literally God put it on my heart to move here, because I used to come here for work all the time, and we're on tours, rehearsals, and no shade, New York. I think it's amazing. There's no place like New York in the whole world. And it's true. If you can make it in New York,
You can make it anywhere.
you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
That is a true story. But I am a Cali girl. Like, I miss the sunshine. I miss like just pulling up to like a parking spot, guaranteed.
Yeah. Everyone knows weather and parking is not something you come to New York for. So there's just
That's
like
like
about that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But I'm grateful for coming here, and I'm grateful for I have become a woman here. I was a young lady and moving here, and yes, I am in the woman age category, but sometimes, and what I think, no shade to California, we have so much time that people kind of stay in this like la la land, and they stay a kid, and it's like, oh, have all the time in the world, but we don't.
And you come here, and if
And
you're
you're
not
like,
hustling, you don't belong here.
Time, it's
Yeah.
ticking. I gotta use it.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
that's how I feel about New York.
Yeah.
I love it, and I love that I get to travel so that I can
Yeah.
leave it for a minute
Okay.
and then come back and like, oh,
And then
it's-
appreciate
it's
it. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so you leave and come back, and you just want to be here again.
Exactly.
I could get that. I could get that. All right, so why don't you tell us like your first best amazing opportunity? I know was being one of the original girls, right? You
Yeah.
want to give us a little real quick? Come on, show us.
Oh my
show
God,
us,
I
show
haven't
us
done
real
that in
quick.
so
Come on,
long.
You gotta show us. You gotta. Show
Seriously?
us.
Okay,
Yes,
I'll do it.
yes.
Oh dear God. Okay. So so all you had to do is, and I didn't have to do too much work because I'm kind of thick, you know. But
You just naturally got it like that.
I got a dress on, you know, it's that, you know, just yeah.
Yeah, you were looking at the original Beyonce, Crazy in Love, Girl, right here, guys. The original.
Yeah, oh my gosh, bouncing my booty. I did that really like Sunday service version. But
How old were you when you did
I
that?
was 18,
Wow.
going on 19, yeah. And it was crazy because the story of that, Dave Scott, like, was one of my first teachers, literally. I sucked when I first started. If you ever get to talk to him, ask him. Oh, a fish out of water. Because Shane Sparks, you know, as a cheerleader, I was like, oh, okay. It was a little, like, chill, like, hip-hop.
Yeah.
And Dave Scott was like, I was like, what is this? But I kept going. I would take 4 to 6 classes a week.
Wow.
When I started when I was 16. 4 to 6 classes a week.
That's dedication right there.
What? And I would crash auditions without an agent. So I crashed You Got Served audition, Dave Scott.
Oh, you mean just show up?
I
and
just show
like,
up.
Okay.
Because we didn't have social media back then, but dancers would talk. Like in the lobby, and they'd be like, oh, so you're going to go to this audition? And I would just be like listening.
And they would even see you without an agent or appointment?
Yeah.
Amazing.
No one ever told me to
Amazing.
leave. I mean, my first
Wow.
audition, I got laughed at. The whole room laughed at me.
But you learned something from that audition,
I learned that you don't wear a rainbow top and a pink bow.
right?
Because it was my cheerleader outfit.
Oh my
So I was one of those people that I would just like throw myself in the fire and then come out a little more refined each time.
Yeah.
And
Girl,
so
I had so much respect for you. Like,
I
that takes guts
balls.
to just show up to auditions that you weren't invited to and just, you know, make your presence known and give it your best shot. Like, that's pure dedication and courage right there. Like, you know, you really, really wanted it.
I wanted it
That's
so
that
bad.
go-getter mentality that you need to
And that's
tell
a
all
tool.
these young dancers to go and fight for.
I think people,
you know?
they wait for permission, and I'm like, nobody's going to give you permission.
No one's gonna give you anything. You
Like,
gotta go out
you
there and
just go.
take it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to fail in front of someone. I'm like, people don't even remember that.
Wow.
They remember you when you're great. And the cool story with my first Beyonce situation,
Yeah.
one of the auditions I crashed at, was a Frank Gatson audition, and it was not Beyonce, it was for Tyrese. I was in like jazz pants. I was like a little more sexy, but not. I was 17. These girls were like in underwear, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not, but okay. And they were like up on the wall, and I was like, okay, I don't know how to be sexy yet, but I tried. I remember Frank, he goes, do you have an agent? I said, no. He's like, okay. And I didn't know, like, a headshot. It was like, you know those glamour shots at the mall?
You didn't have the headshot either?
I had a glamour shot with the butterflies in the background. Yeah, so not okay. And, because this is one of my first auditions that I crashed. So now, fast forward, Crash the You Got Served audition, Dave Scott. He goes, do you have an agent? I'm like, no. He goes, you got good, though. I said, oh, I did?
Oh my
so,
God.
Yeah, you got good.
He remembered you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I would be in every single class.
Wow.
And, you know, you have a crush on all your hip-hop teachers. So I'm like, I actually asked him.
That's a sentence right there. I bet you meant so much to you.
Girl, I was like, what? I got good. Kept me to the end of the audition. Like, I got to the final callback. It was 2 days. I was like, oh my gosh, I had my blue and white sweatsuit. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I heard people, they were booking it. And I was like, oh, I didn't get it. That's okay. 2 weeks later, MSA, at the time, Lisa, calls me. She goes, Dave Scott told me I should sign you. We'd love to bring you in.
Oh,
it's a true story.
Oh my God. See, so even if you didn't get the opportunity you thought you were going to get, look what came out of it.
Yep.
You know? Wow.
And then Beyonce was my third audition.
Wow.
And then when I went to the callback.
And wait, so that audition now was from the agency now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Beyonce was my third audition. And then when I walked into the room, that butterfly picture for the callback, after they saw a whole bunch of girls, he had the butterfly picture. I said, I said, I knew I'd see you again. He said, I liked you. Because I had balls. Like, that is a tool.
They saved that?
He saved it.
Oh my God.
And one of,
this sounds like
it's
a story
crazy.
from a movie.
This is
doesn't even sound real.
I swear on everything. It's a true story.
Oh my
And so
God.
Frank is like half of my resume too. And so I think the number one tool that I tell people is, it's like you love it and you just have the balls to fail, because when people see you fail and they see you succeed, like, that's exciting to them.
Yeah.
But people don't want to ever make a mistake in front of anybody. And I'm like,
wow.
it's okay to make a mistake.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So they knew you had that it factor, and they were just waiting for you to just come in.
Be able to figure it all out and put it together.
That's so cool. That's very, very cool.
And then,
so, I mean, what would you say was like the best opportunity you've had so far in your career? Like, what was your top highlight? You can even give me your top 3 highlights.
well, definitely Beyonce, because that opened the door.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
when people saw
That was
that
your
on my
big break
resume,
moment,
yeah,
for
it
sure.
was for sure a big break moment. And then I, as a dancer, really wanted to dance for Missy. Like, that was one of my, like, on my list. And I auditioned for her 5 times.
5 times?
It kept to the end. Hi-hat would be like, she's just too tall. Because Missy's like 5 feet tall. The 5th time I auditioned, Missy saw me and she said, I don't give up that she's tall. Got another tall girl. And then that was another one.
Missy
Yeah.
Elliott. Props to Missy.
And we had the same birthday.
Aww.
So we got to celebrate our birthday together. She's like one of the coolest, most amazing, down-to-earth, beautiful human beings. Like, I love her so much. And I don't know, gosh, top 3. Rihanna was really fun. Like, these are people that I really love working with too. And it was just like amazing moments, and like her heart is so big, and she was really fun. And I would say another great opportunity for me, which was one that I didn't know was actually an opportunity, which was when I would go and take these hip-hop classes. Marty was one of my favorite, and I would go take his class in my high heels because there was no high heels classes. And every job I was booking was a heels class.
So you were the only one in the class wearing
In
high
my
heels.
heels. And people were like, how are you doing that? I was like, you just do the step in a
But
pump.
you had to because you wanted to practice for your auditions.
my other jobs.
Okay.
And there was no classes. Aisha Francis, who is amazing. I know she had done like workshops.
Yeah.
She did like a pump camp. I think it was before I started teaching.
Yeah.
I think it was like, I don't know, but she was amazing. When I worked with her Beyonce, I used to like look at her and be like, so that's how you dance in heels?
Inspiration.
And Renice, she was like so sexy, and I was like so not. I was like a virgin. Okay, I'm not a virgin. Okay. But I was a virgin at the time. Although I am waiting till marriage. It's been 6 years.
Wow.
I am. So I'm single and I'm waiting till marriage, and I love God.
Congratulations. That's
Call me.
huge. That's a huge accomplishment.
That is
right
an
there.
accomplishment in this industry. Oh my gosh. But
You have to give some tips and advice on how you did that.
that's like a whole thing, right? So but I was like a virgin and nerd, but like Renice, when I used to watch her in rehearsals, like she secretly was my high heels teacher. I was like, Wow.
So would you say that was your aha moment? Wow, I want to create my own high heels
No.
class?
So I
When did that
digressed.
happen?
So then when I went and took Mari's class and all these people were like, there needs to be a heels class. You should be a teacher. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Really? So you don't even know yet that you
I was
wanted
like,
or to be a teacher
No.
someday?
I just thought I would go be a dancer, like choreograph, all that stuff. I was like, no, not happening.
Wow.
And I was like, I would be a bad teacher. They're like, no, you'd actually be really good. Like your personality. I was like, no. You have to make up steps. Like, oh no, I barely can remember the steps. Like, no. And so then I kept doing it, and people were like, you really should do it.
Wow.
Like, there's no heels classes. So I'm like, okay. And then so I go to Jen at Millennium, the manager. I said, so everyone's telling me like I should like start these heels classes. Should I start like a heels class? She goes, a heels class. I'm like, I know, right? She goes, ain't nobody gonna take no heels class. There's no heels classes. I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
And so, but she doesn't talk like that, but she was like, you know. And I'm like, I know. So she said, let's just do it in a room. We'll give you a small room. You can make all the money. And if it goes good, we'll keep it as a class. Well, that lasted once. They were like, oh, there was a whole bunch of people. That's going to be a class. If I had kept it the other way, I would have probably made a lot more money. But, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, Millennium, like, they take a percentage. But it started in a room, and, like, she gave me all the money because they didn't think it was going to be a class.
Amazing.
And then the first class had so many girls. So next week, they're like, it's a class. I'm like, wait, I'm a teacher? She's like,
Just
yeah.
like that?
Oh my gosh. And I was
Wow.
like,
so it kind of fell into your lap in a way, and you just mastered it, and now everyone's dying to take this girl's heels class. Can I just say, because she's so humble, I feel like I need to do the talking up for her right now. She is a teacher at Broadway Dance Center, Alvin Ailey, Paradance, Millennium Dance Company. These are like the biggest dance studios in New York City and California. And she has her own heels workshops around the world, in London, in Sweden, and where else?
yeah, a lot of places. Like, I go to Europe, lots of different places. London, Sweden,
Yeah.
Spain.
So she's
France.
like a worldwide instructor now. Everyone around the world wants to take her heels classes because she started it, right? You know, like there wasn't really a way for girls who have to perform in heels all the time, have to go to audition in heels. We had everyone's taking class in sneakers. Yeah. Everyone. So, you know, I mean, you really started this for all the girls. So we all need to thank you for bringing that to us, you know?
I would
love to have some more heel classes when I was really doing my dance thing when I was young.
It's crazy because we're asked to do that, but then there was no classes for it. And
when do you practice in heels?
when you're
When you're
in your
grooving in
house.
the club, that's about it, you know? But
Yeah.
you know, I think one of the other reasons why I haven't taken one of your classes is because I hate wearing heels.
Girl, me
I
too.
spent so many years of my life performing in heels, girl. Like literally 10 years, not like all the time performing in heels because all the jobs, like you said, were in heels. That now, like I can't do it. Like
Your
my
feet hurt, right,
like,
girl? I
I'm
feel
not
you.
even to the front, like from wearing like the pointy shoes, like my toes kind of go inward a little. I have like the bunion bump or whatever it's called. And I used to be a shoe model. Like I used to book shoe modeling jobs. I don't book those jobs anymore, and it's because of dancing in heels that kind of messed it up for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, on the flip side, it's like yes, you want to learn how to practice and dance in heels, but at the same time, like it makes the dancing harder. It makes it more uncomfortable.
Yeah, because you're using your core the whole
Yeah.
time.
So what would you say about that? Like, how can you master dancing heels in a way where it's still safe and still, you know?
Well, I mean, taking care of your feet is like super important.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my lunch. What I do, I have like a little thing that I always do. I ice my feet once a week. I get a foot massage once a week.
Really?
I sure do.
I should do that.
I do. I elevate my legs. I put, little toe spreaders. Like, I'll leave all my toe spreaders for like 2 hours. Sometimes I fall asleep in them.
Wow.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not.
Oh, so you really do focus on your feet.
I try as much as I can because I teach so much in heels. Actually, these
have
last
to.
couple
You
weeks,
have to.
I actually have not been teaching my class in my heels, which has been really hard for me.
So your students are wearing the heels and then you're not.
My assistants, yeah, because
Okay.
I actually have like really put so much pressure
She
on
got
my feet.
assistants now in her own class. She's not even teaching her own class. She got
No.
assistants teaching
I
her classes. I don't gotta wear heels.
Yeah.
Girl, you have come so far.
I have come really far.
Like, and you are so humble about it. I love that about you. Like, your energy is just amazing.
I feel like, I'm grateful that being a believer too, I just feel like I was just a vessel for a bigger reason, right? So I planted a seed, and that seed was me just starting a heels class. And then I remember like students of mine would be like, I want to start one in my country. I'm like, go do it, go get it, you know. And I'm not a fan of people, you know. Sometimes people are so like, and they're like, oh well, that person's not qualified, and that person's not qualified, and I'm like, but who are you to say someone's qualified? Because if Bob Fosse had listened to the people that said his choreography wasn't real, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not choreography because it's different. That person might not be qualified, but in their country,
Different
maybe
is
they
good.
are.
Different is good. Yes.
And I believe that real leaders are called to tell everybody that they're a leader. And I'm grateful that I've been, you know, I started this little seed. Just one, they gave me the small room at Millennium.
And now you have the biggest room
I
there.
had the biggest
right?
room.
I knew it.
And same at BDC. When I first came, I was dancing in a show. And I was not social media like famous. I'm not good with my social media. I'm like still trying to get groovy with it.
Well, everyone's watching your dance video, your class
yeah,
videos.
those are, it's cool. Like, yeah, it just kind of happens that way, the traffic or whatever.
So, I mean,
and I'm kind of hood. So they're like, oh, she's hood editing you? Oh, I like that. Because sometimes, you know, I love the graceful. Like, I live for Jessica Castro. I live for her. She's, you know, I like to be that girl, but then I like to get a little hood. So they were used to like the New York style is very like beautiful and graceful, which I love. But then I say, you know, I'm a street dancer.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, she kind of hood with it in a pun. Oh, let me come through. Let me do that.
So would you say your classes, your advanced beginner versus intermediate versus, would you say your advanced beginner is really what like an intermediate class, right?
Yeah. I just call it that.
And then your intermediate class and advanced class, and then your advanced class is for pros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, do you, because you've been on tour with like thousands of artists, you're choreographing for mainstream artists like Chris Brown, which we'll get to in a minute. So do you actually ever go and pick out people from your classes and get them opportunities?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm actually a newer choreographer. I'm more of a teacher, and like the choreography jobs I've gotten were through my teaching. And I actually have a group of girls that I only hire.
Really?
Like, yeah. I just like I've been booking a lot of choreography.
But did you
lately.
find those girls from
In my
your
class.
classes? Yeah, see, that's what's great about Broadway Dancer and just like those, you get opportunities out of taking those classes because a lot of those teachers are big time choreographers like yourself. And I think that's a great, you know, tip or tool for Tools for Talent is that, you know, if you're an aspiring dancer, you don't know who you're going to meet in your dance classes. You know, these teachers, if you stand out in your class, maybe she'll see you and be like, oh my God, I'm choreographing Chris Brown's video. You just killed my choreography. I'd love to have you in this video with me. I can bring you in. And that's a great way to like find an opportunity that you didn't even know was going to be there.
Yeah, it's a lot easier because for me, I'm like, talent's cool, but like, what do you like? And you see in a class how people are in group settings, like their attitude, are they nice to other people? Like, will they
be easy to work with?
Yeah, I like
diva.
That. Yeah,
so many factors.
It's not
just about your dancing, really.
It's like this 10%.
Yeah.
And how I got that flip mode music video.
Which congratulations, by the way.
That
She's
was
the
cool.
Chris Brown Flip Mode official choreographer, guys.
Well, yes, no, not Chris Brown's part. Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay, but he was in the video, Chris Brown. But yeah, Fabulous. And how I got that was through social media. It was crazy. Because I started a heels crew for fun. Someone saw the video, they were like, yo, this is dope, I want your girls. And so, since I started this heels crew, the choreography jobs have been like, bah, 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 bah.
Wow.
And so I only use my girls for my crew. And like this other, I had a hair show, they're like, oh, we want skinny, tall model. I was like, oh, my girls are thick. And she was like, let me see. She's like, you know, I want a thick girl. I was like, yes, girls. Yeah.
Amazing.
So it's nice that I can like push for them because they're really good girls. They work really hard and they're like so sweet.
That's so great. So who else have you choreographed for that we might have seen?
So I mean, for choreography, just more new artists. I did assist when I was doing the Rihanna job. I assisted Lavelle.
Nice.
And I did do Bring It. It's like a dance show. I was a guest choreographer on that. But choreography is actually more new artists. But for dancing, I've danced for a lot of.
Shout out some of your favorites.
Beyonce, Rihanna,
yes,
Missy Elliott, Chris Brown.
Yes.
I did dance for him. Destiny's Child.
And we're talking about like international tours, guys. We're not just saying like dancing like just in their music videos, like on stage, on tour, all over the place.
Yeah. And I also Jamie Foxx. But yeah, I mean, lots of people, lots of tours.
Yeah, her list just went on and on, and I was like, whoa, I don't know how I'm gonna prep everything for this girl's interview, because she's just been everywhere, worked with everyone, literally like any mainstream artist you love, I bet you she's worked with them.
Not Drake.
Oh, just put that out there, and she's single, you know?
You know what's so funny? I would never date someone I work with. So I don't think Drake should hire me. I'm kidding!
Okay,
I'm
alright.
I'm kidding. I think every girl has a crush on Drake. I don't know. He's like my celebrity crush.
Usher's my celebrity crush.
Usher?
Something about Drake, I'm not.
It's not, you're not doing it?
I'm like, not doing it for me.
I mean, yeah, he's really sweet though. I've met him, but because I think he's cute, I'm like this.
Yeah, that's cute. That's adorable.
Yeah.
So now you've been on a lot of TV shows performing too, right? Tell us about some of those.
The Grammys, that's kind of cool. The Grammys, like a lot of like the the talent shows like X Factor or America's Got Talent when they have the dancers for the people.
Very cool.
A lot of like VMAs, a lot of the great award shows.
Amazing.
I mean, the coolest for me was Oprah, and then I got to meet Oprah.
Woo!
Kind of had a starstruck moment. Like Oprah just asked me how to show her to do the uh-oh dance. I made it. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean, lots of things. I don't know. It's
Your
crazy.
resume is just beyond impressive. Like, it's just really such an honor to have you here today, because your story is just so inspiring. The fact that like you you weren't a natural born dancer, right?
No.
Like you fought for it.
Yes.
You fought for every opportunity that you got. You deserved every opportunity that you got, and you were so humble along the way. And thank you so much for sharing your story and telling us the truth. You know?
I'm super honest. Sometimes I'm like.
And you know what, guys? She's so amazing. I bet you if you hit her up on social media and you had some more questions for her, or wanted to find out if she's going to be teaching in your area anytime soon, since she does teach all over the world, or the next time you're in New York or California, go take her heels class, guys, because it is sensational. You will fall in love with this class, and it's hard to get a spot though. Hard to get a spot. You gotta sign up early. But thank you again so much for
Thank you
being
for
here,
having
Sarah.
me.
It's such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Again, you guys are watching Tools for Talent on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and my guest today is Shirlene Quigley. Follow your dreams.
You know it feels so good to be around. Sweat your stuff. Go on, strut your stuff. Ladies, your left foot in front of your right in front of your left. Yes, if you feel fresh to death, whether it's night or broad daylight, the star struck. As I left foot in front of the right, when I strut my stuff, not tough, but I'm bad. So it's easy to bore me. Only the baddest can attempt to manage, but